So, Napoli, 3, Inter, 1. Delayed bits, but I'll record any time I want. It's an absolute disgusting game. Inter disgusting. Referee disgusting. Of course, Napoli. You thought that struggle, but they have a good record against us in the Maradona, and Conte just loves playing against us. Summarize. First half, I can say Napoli did well. Did well pressing our players to prevent defenders building up. Of course, yeah. Let me stifle that. We gotta take our chances. We didn't do that. Because first half, we missed a lot of headers. And of course, Dumfries came close. But Toro came close. They get that. But Napoli did well preventing us building up. Okay, tight margins first half. And then, of course, the penalty, which, by the way, is not a penalty. I don't think it's a penalty whatsoever. It's Ragazzi. Yes. When you look at the ball, Di Lorenzo wasn't even close to Cherby. And it's for Mickey's. He's holding Mickey down. He fell over. Not a penalty. Because, did we have a VAR check? I don't know. There's a VAR check. I don't know how it got passed whatsoever. Also, how did Billy Gilmore not get 2 yellow cards? Got sent off. He had like 2 yellow cards. Apparently, it's Di Lorenzo. Like, huh? I do not understand this. Second tackle, like, of course, is on him. First tackle, Di Lorenzo very far away. Unless somehow the graphics mess everything up, but I really doubt that. It's called him foot mob. It's called him one football. But that was second yellow. So yeah, it was for halftime, like 1-0. Like, okay, you probably get Slade back. But with all the missed chances of whatever, and expect Napoli to sit back because Mickey got injured. Also, Kevin De Bruyne, I think, injured too. Of course, with no Kevin De Bruyne, you honestly expect their creative outlet to be only Spinazzola. But yeah, he did set up for its second goal, which, by the way, no one's marking McTominay since he has acres of space to make runs. With a marker like that, defense sleeping for the second and third goal. Yeah, of course, creativity wise, suffered. Zielinski and DeMarco by being our only creative outlets. Pass to the left side, hope for the best. Or it doesn't help in the second half, but we lose our heads. First. Yeah, it's going to be a recurring theme, isn't it? And can see the first goal of the game. We end up losing our heads. Yeah, something very, very, very worrisome. It seems more head loss again. I think again. Yeah. This is our record against Napoli since the start of the 21st century, by the way. Like, okay, 21st century. Loss. Only win. The 1920 season where Napoli finished 7th, I tell you. Napoli finished 7th on that season. Because, you have a big mess where they sack Ancelotti for Gattuso. I remember that. Remember that game. And then there's this game right there, where we won 3-0, when they are a mess. Yeah, only in the 21st century, only 2 wins in the Maradona. So, yeah, it's very spooky. We do have a spooky record. It's the only times when Napoli, yeah, that's a season when Napoli finished 10th. Where I think they had, is it, is it Matazar, is it Mazzari coaching or Garcia? I think Mazzari. Yeah, I think Mazzari's coaching that game. And I think this one for Gattuso. So yeah, where he finished 7th, 10th. But Conte, this is his record against us. Even his first game's Atlanta. He has never lost to Inter. He never did. But yeah, spooky record. He just loves playing against us. But it really doesn't excuse the. But anyway, L3-1, but terrible. Midfield, out physically beaten. Dumfries getting a play. Striker is not getting a lot of service. And most service in for Latoro. Miss all that. But oh well. Personally, I think it's yeah, second half, Conte really outcoached Kivu there. So yep. That's what I think. Second half. Because look at the subs. I think Zielinski, okay. For Mickey, okay. He beats Mickey, got injured apparently. He probably checked out. Against Fiorentina, I hope that the squad rotated. Because I know that Fiorentina fighting relegation and fighting relegation with Pioli, because Pioli can't coach an attack, you take advantage of that. But yeah, a record against the top teams is frightening. Given that, yeah, I think for Juve, yeah, Juve unlucky. Napoli, they did well pressing against us. Just press. Because the team needs to be more press resistant. Especially play in tight areas. I don't think the subs did do much, so. Gil for Bonnie, Susic for Hakan, Enrique for Dumfries, Cortezi for Barella. But most of it is from I think most of it from the defense or match rating wise. Yeah, it's because I think that this squad it is going to. If you look at trend, struggling against the top teams, but doing against the bottom half teams, smaller sides, it just screams enough for top four. That's what I think. Because to win Scudetto, you'll be consistent, even show up to the other top four sides. But for yeah, even those against smaller sides too, you guys show up for them to win top four. Smaller sides is enough. It'd be consistent. In fact, top four just screams like get 70 points and that's it. That's what the most is. I know this is what it is. Is I know the second goal, Sommer should save Sommer in long shots. But penalty wise, yeah, he's not saving a penalty. Third goal, I mean, it's really on the defense being wide open. Sommer, I'll give him. And defense really let us down. I don't expect a very low ratings. First goal, he's penalty. He's not good. Has he ever saved a penalty for Inter? It's been what forever since the Fiorentina game. I think 2 seasons ago. But Sommer 3. You know, I think for bigger games, we just start playing Joseph Martinez. I honestly think so. Yes, I think for Because I think Milan, they can shoot from, they have layout, we can shoot from distance. And Rabia have to box crash. And they also have physicality. I think we probably string a few wins here and there. And until the Milan game, which I think we're not winning that, given how we concede against how we concede these goals, box running, box crashing, and shooting from the distance. The Sommer 3, Bastoni 4, like stinkers everywhere. He'll lose the marker for the second goal. I don't know about where he is for the third. Actually, make it 3. At Cherby, struggling with David Neres. In fact, for Cherby, only time I put a Cherby against a physical striker, anyone physical, but if it's mobile, it's really a death sentence. To give Summer, Summer, I would give him 2. Like stinker. Akanji, I'll give him 3. Third goal could have done better. I fell asleep there. In fact, I don't think that for a counter, when there's so much space, the defenders don't even know what they're doing. Where there should be 3, and passing is awful. That's all I can say. Hakan, at least for a penalty. But it'd be fascinating how he didn't exert control when Napoli don't have Lobotka, of all people. You don't have no Lobotka, so you can't. You thought you were going to exert control over Zamagiza, Billy Gilmore, but no, didn't happen. 4. Barella, invisible, 3.5. I don't even know where he is. Terrible game all around. Mickey Tarion. I mean, Zelensky. Everything Mickey and Zelensky can probably build up at least on the left side. Mickey 4. Like DeMarco, I'll give him 5. Really, our only build-up outlets from DeMarco and Zelensky. In fact, Zelensky, he gets a 5. Really, our only build-up outlets. Dumfries 4. Struggle against Spinazzola. And didn't give much of presence whatsoever. Didn't exert his presence. Also, third goal, absolute mess. Lautaro. There's Lautaro in finals, but there's Lautaro against the bigger sides. Yes, Lautaro can show up to big games, but where's Lautaro today? I mean, he got some touches, missed a few. And Lika play there, dropping deep. I'll give him 4. He's touching. The ball at least, trying to make runs for Zelensky. Bonnie, I think it's the worst game in an Inter shirt so far. Got bullied by Buongiorno. I'll give him 3.5. Actually, I would give both of them 4s. 4s all around. The stinkers hooked everywhere. Stinkers. Theo. No presence, invisible. In fact, after that second half, I don't think our strikers get a decent service. But nothing special for Susic. Actually, a sub didn't have much of an impact. 4s all around. Subs. And Enrique. Is he still need to integrate with the team whatsoever? I'm just curious. I know that you do more defending. He's more of a dribbling type, but does it still looks shaky for Kivu? Let's see. I think lineup wise, pick the. Do you expect Neres to start? I mean, Lorenzo Luca played last game, I think. Guess we gets rest, but it should be a warning. Picking a Cherby when he clearly struggles against mobiles of forwards. Play false nine, Cherby struggles. Against physical nines, Cherby would be fine. And he can do his thing. You can say like, oh, pocketed Haaland of one. It's Haaland. I know he's one of the best strikers for his generation, but in fact, generational talent. But it's a Cherby against physical strikers. Mobile strikers, however, he's going to struggle to marking against them. So in other words, I think that Cherby would struggle against someone like Vinny or Mbappe. Like anyone with pace can beat a Cherby. Pace, fluidity. But Kivu, I think subs didn't do much. And a team losing their heads. You know, it's really a reoccurrence for Kivu. It should be worrisome. You know, you're losing to the bigger games. Bar Udinese. Actually, Udinese and Napoli losing their heads. Worrisome trend. Of course, we have games with we lost heads with Zagi also. But Kivu is early to the season. You can't be losing heads. Also, I'll talk about the referees. Referees, I'll give them 2. Terrible around. Because first half, awful referees. It's a quick, obvious not penalty, and then 2 yellow cards. Apparently, one's Di Lorenzo, 2. But I don't know how. Serie ADL right there. But, you know, it's not happening. But not excused for this awful performance. Of course, they do a VAR check on a blatant handball by Buongiorno. I don't know how. I don't know. We need a VAR check. It's pretty obvious. So, as I say, next match is a midweek match against Fiorentina. But yeah, Fiorentina sitting at the bottom relegation spots against Pioli's side. If it should be a rebound match, because I think that with Pioli, they're not going to. They will struggle against attack. You watch Fiorentina, they can't even string an attacking pattern. So it should be a good game to rebound. In fact, yeah, I think it would be a bit of a struggle. I won't underestimate them with David De Gea in net. But most matches should be winnable, except until we reach the Milan game. All right, I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone. See you soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, usual YouTube stuff. And Forza Inter.